everybody!
Hi. I have water in my mouth.
The audio might
Hello?
be a little bit confusing, but when we change scenes, it'll be back to normal, so don't worry about it. Anyways,
I'm checking volumes.
how are we all doing tonight? Doing great? Having a lovely time?
I'm sleepy too.
Twins.
Me three.
Yay. Way! Alright guys, this is actually not a stream on a book. This is a napping stream. We're all just gonna sit in here together and sleep.
Too bad this
Ironic for the tale that we're going on.
Too bad this isn't the Sleeping Beauty curse.
No, but we got Princess and the Pea, and that's also about sleeping, or not sleeping.
This is fair.
Sleep stream!
Hello,
Hi,
Winter!
Winter.
Oh, I missed you. Hi, Winter.
Hello, hello.
Oh, we
Yo.
should. Yo.
Cozy stream while reading, just like a reading stream?
Oh, yo.
Oh my
That'd be fun.
No, we can get into onesies, guys.
I have a corgi. Really I have a corgi.
Can we do like
onesie thingy?
I feel like we need to do like we read for like an hour of like silent chill vibes, and then we talk for a bit. Like we set like times of reading, and then we talk for a little bit.
Reaction
like
live to what we're reading.
Sprints.
Yeah.
Reading sprints. That's cute.
Oh, and like I think we should also like get some quotes from the reading sprints so that when we come together we can just out of context quote the random book that we're reading. And you can't explain it, you just have to say it.
Yes.
I already do that to you guys all the time.
You know this is true.
You get my screenshots.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Whoa, I'm large.
Alright. This is how we're gonna be set up for today. Begin!
Whoa, wait, I need to actually pull it up because I'm Mark. Shut up, Madison. Shut up. I'm prepared, okay?
Ah, yes, we are very prepared.
Hush now, children. Oh shoot, it's still goes straight
Up
on till
now,
crazy.
Sleepy lag stuff. Yep, sleepy lag stuff.
I love how the dock on my phone is called Straight Until Crazy, and then I opened it up and it was on Angel Bound.
What?
I don't know. I guess that was the last time I opened it up on my phone.
Oh my god.
Okay, are we ready, or is there anything else we would like to speak about? We usually spend hours talking before we actually start anything.
Nope, let's start.
Oh, Madison?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Oh,
well, no,
actually.
we must we must say
I didn't finish it, I know.
Yeah. Madison's about halfway through the book. She's like
I'm a
right
little
before
over
it
half.
like
Okay.
really gets good. But you're
I
okay
have a
with
curse,
spoilers?
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
You should finish this one though because it gets really fun.
It is so good.
Um,
I enjoyed it immensely.
I'm so happy. Okay, cool. So, as you all probably remember of my lovely introduction to this last time I introduced it was, we're reading a book about a princess and a pea! It's called True Princess! And it's part of the Cursed Kingdom Wait. Yeah, Cursed Kingdom Chronicles series. Yeah, right? Yeah,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
Sure, close enough. It's the first book in the series. They're all standalones. But they're all in an interconnected world, which is so cool. It's also really great because I have read multiple already, so going back to read this one was so much fun. But anyway, synopsis. Okay, I yanked this from the back of the book, so I did nothing wrong. Don't judge me. Oh gosh, wait, is her name Elise? That's how I've been saying it.
Yeah, Elise.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We also have to talk about his name and what you called me out for last time. Well, that later on. Anyway, Princess Elise wasn't gifted at birth. No, she was cursed. While her body made me weak and easily bruised, what she did have was a strong, intelligent mind. But a strong mind isn't easily seen, especially with her nickname, the Fragile Princess. She isn't sure she'll ever break her curse. Who could see past her weak, frail body to who she truly is? For the curse can only be broken if someone falls in love with her strength. Prince Liam wasn't cursed at birth. He was gifted, although most say his gift felt like a curse. Predicted to marry a true princess and lead his kingdom into years of peace and prosperity, the pressure of finding the right princess was overwhelming. What, after all, does it actually mean to be a true princess? And how will marrying a true princess save all the problems in his kingdom? When the king and queen call for a tournament against the neighboring kingdoms to find a true princess, what?
Amongst, not against.
My bad, amongst.
There's no war right now.
War! Well, to find a true princess for their son. Prince Liam is apprehensive he will ever be able to find a worthy bride, but when he happens upon a bruised girl sleeping on the sofa in the castle and accuses her of trespassing, he doesn't realize she is one of the princesses. Her sharp tongue puts him in his place, and while a bit stinging, he's drawn to her words. Liam may be looking for a true princess, but the fragile princess makes him question if he is even a true prince.
Also,
I got through it eventually. We got there.
It lies.
What?
It lies. Do you see Winter's Come?
Might be. Sorry guys, it's not an English day apparently.
It's Elias, not Elise.
Wait, it's Elias?
No, Moon, that's a joke from Winter.
What?
Look at the chat!
Oh, I don't have the I'm reading from the sorry, Winter. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry, Winter. Elias is funny though. Anyway, anything to add?
Keep going, Moon, you good.
I did. Did you switch it?
Sorry. No, I was reading Winter's comment aloud. Alright.
Oh, was that the comment?
Yes.
Thank you, Winter. I'm trying my absolute hardest tonight. It's just... Okay, cool. So, characters, our main characters are obviously Elysiana, or Elise, as she's called throughout the book, and Liam, who's the prince. The Upwolves.
Sorry.
And then our secondary characters, I didn't know who to technically consider a secondary
I love
character.
all of these guys.
And I felt like there was just a lot of them. So, Odette, Wesley, Scarlett, Gideon, Rosalina or Rose, Liliana or Lily, Alora, Dominic, Damien, and Teddy were the ones that I put. I'm sure there's plenty of others. There's a lot of characters that are introduced in this book, as it is the first in the series. So basically, up until where Madison is right now, is like introducing everyone.
Here's the cast.
Or like,
do you want to know
lot
what
of
about
people.
them? Too bad. You gotta
What?
wait.
I cannot wait to talk about the series with you specifically.
Thank you, Winter! Sorry, quick tangent. Thank you, Winter! I agree!
What?
I agree! They said, not my brain immediately thinking Swan Princess with Odette. I'm not the only
Is her
one.
name Odette in the...
Yes! That's why I made the
Oh.
connection!
Look, so, Winter for context, and for anyone else context,
It was Derek.
basically, I didn't know what the, like, actual Swan Princess was, so I was like, the what? And Wolves went into a whole rant about what it was.
I was so shocked that you
So I
did
will
not
probably
know.
still be asking questions about, you know, the tale, but, like, not by name.
By the way, it was... Damien was Elise's brother, right? Or was it...
Yeah. So, Odette and Wesley are siblings from a neighboring kingdom. Scarlett is on her own. Gideon and Alora are siblings. Rosalina's on her own. Lillian's on her own. Dominic's on his own. Damien is Elise's older brother, who's never at home, always traveling around for his curse, though it's never explicitly mentioned what it is.
Until the
And
end
then
of this
Teddy...
book.
What?
It is mentioned at the end of this book, it is.
Is it?
Yes.
I can't remember.
Like...
Oh, yeah, it is. You're right. And then Teddy is Liam's cousin, but who also lives with him and is his best friend.
Yeah.
Teddy's complicated.
I love Teddy.
He's something.
Yes. Also,
Okay.
I just want to mention, yes, the prince from Swan Princess's name is Derek. However, the fact that his name is Damien and it starts with a D, we have Odette. Just, you understand my reasoning, right?
I see your reasoning.
Okay, and moving on.
Oh, wait, do you guys have any other characters that you
I'm so sorry.
wanted to bring up?
I
I don't really think there's any other interesting characters.
Besides Alora, who was forgotten.
Alora? I put Alora on there! Aggressively clicks.
Oh, you did. Okay, I did not see
I
it.
did. Alora is on there.
Okay.
don't know. I have someone that I'm obsessed of.
Whomst?
I don't see her name on there, so I'm not gonna say it unless it's on the
Okay.
next slide.
It's probably...
Oh,
I don't know who you're talking about.
we'll find out. Okay,
Okay.
continue.
Okay. My favorite characters, I love Elise and Liam. They're yes.
Top tier.
Odette and Wesley,
Oh
hilarious.
Odette's
They're
my
such
favorite.
a great comic duo.
Odette's my favorite.
I really like Gideon and Scarlet, but I also know more about them than you guys do, so that might be personal bias on why I
don't
like
even know
them.
who Gideon is. Not gonna lie.
Gideon is the prince that she dances with, who's just very polite.
Just a nice overall polite.
He's
gentleman.
just very polite to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
A light guy.
Yeah, and like he seems like a good guy. And then Scarlet's the clumsy one. The clumsy but beautiful one. And she's so fun. Some of her quotes are so good.
I have theories about Scarlet, which I will say later.
Yeah,
I'm
later.
squinting. But I love Odette. Odette's my favorite character in this entire book.
Okay, go. Oh, do you guys have any favorites? Other favorites?
That's the only ones I know.
Wesley and Odette. I guess Wesley too, since he's Odette's brother.
There's like people that are also like mentioned in this book that I'm like, ooh, I could add them in, but I'm like, I can't add them in.
Yeah.
No one knows who they are. Anyway.
To click.
Yes, you may click.
Oh, good.
Okay, my least favorite characters, the worst characters. Straight off the bat, Elisa's parents and Liam's parents. I think Liam's parents might take it a little bit more. I think Liam's mom might take it as probably the worst character in the book. She's like, you can see where she's coming from, and she's trying to be supportive of her son, like wanting what's best for him. But at the same time, she also is a little controlling, and not in a good way.
His dad's the type of dad where he's like, go ask your mom, Dad.
Yeah. And Elisa's mom is okay. She's really overbearing, though. I do like her dad, but the fact that he also kind of goes into the whole, like, we can't touch her thing, it kind of puts me off of him a little bit.
Yeah, I don't like how they're like, she's like, I've never really had a hug. And I'm like,
yeah, they, like,
so sad.
And it comes up all the time, and it's just devastating every single time it comes up. And you're like, oh, this girl just needs a good hug.
Like, hug your child. Give your baby some love.
And then I couldn't think of really anyone else to hate except for Ancient Draken. Yes, but I think I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure the first time I read it, I like immediately suspected it was a curse for her too.
Well,
so like, she's not a great character and she's kind of rude, but I also feel like I can't fault her to the degree I can of the people I put on this list.
She hasn't purposely gone on her way to like sabotage or do anything like that, so.
And I feel like it's also not entirely her.
Okay.
Whereas, like, everyone on this list, that's them. That's just them.
Also, I have qualms about a scene that took place with the ancient Draken and what's her face that happened towards the end of the book. Huh?
Aura?
Was that her? Yeah, Aura. The other
ancient?
Yeah. I will mention it later, but anyways.
Well, okay. At least the person that I thought like could be on there, just because I don't know, because I'm still kind of sus about the
Tell us!
Abigail, the handmaiden.
Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about her handmaiden.
Abigail?
Yeah,
handmaiden.
Yeah, because, okay, I was just sus of her because of, like, I mean, Shalina left her out in the woods, but, like...
That was weird.
And
we'll come back to that part. That part was weird.
I was like, oh man, she totally just tried to get rid of her. She tried to offer right here in the
I'm about to say, like, I love Abigail. Like, wait.
I do like Abigail, too.
I mean, from what I know,
although, except for that one part is just really suspicious as well. I fully support you on that one.
I was like, this is weird.
Here's how we ignore that. Is it magic?
Magic.
I know. You do kind of have to explain away that situation with magic. It is. I like the situation, and I think it's set up really well, but it is a weird situation. I will agree. Yes. We will talk about it more. I couldn't think of literally any other characters that I like actively disliked. Can you guys?
No.
Cool.
No.
Just Draken's the worst. Like,
yeah.
Enough said. Okay, cool. So beyond this point is spoilers. We're going to be talking about the book more in depth and about basically what happened. Because I'm gonna summarize it, and then we're gonna talk about the other books that come after it too. So, and quote, and it's gonna be a good time, and I'm gonna spoil things. So you've been warned. You haven't left yet. That's
All right,
on you.
I'll leave. Goodbye. No, I'm just kidding.
If you want to read
And
it
we
and not
lost
get
Madison.
spoiled, leave now and forever hold your peace.
Mm-hmm.
Or join me and be spoiled.
Yay!
Madison's with y'all.
Be spoiled.
Yeah.
We'll be spoiled together. I'm actually here to be the relatable character.
Madison actually does this every week just so everyone can relate to her.
Yeah, it's really hard for me not to finish the book, but I do it for you guys.
Stop, I'm dying.
I take the one for the team.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay. Anyway, let's go.
I just got hit in the face with text.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Ironically, I felt like I was writing nothing at the same time. Okay, Madison, you ready for the spoilers?
All right,
Right.
let's go.
Read this as dramatically as you can, please, and thank you.
I will try, but we all saw how well I did with English earlier. I make no promises.
Well, if you slow down and make it more dramatic, it should be easier.
That
as well.
was slow. Wolves, that was
You
slow.
can do slower, I
right.
believe.
I can, but I don't want to. So, Elise, our princess cursed to be fragile, finally gets the opportunity to leave her kingdom to participate in the princess tourney for the Kings? What? For the Prince of Embra. Where was the K?
I don't know.
Kingdom. Where was I? I don't. What?
You were like way over here.
Guys, I think my brain broke. Okay, hold up. I need to zoom in.
Get out your spectacles.
Get out the glasses, guys. I think I need them finally.
What an
Okay.
old lady.
Okay, we're closer now. Okay, go away. Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Winter just said the English will come one day, but it is not this day.
It is not this day. Thank you. Okay. Participate in a princess tourney for the Prince of Embra, Liam, in order to break his kingdom's curse and stop it from complete destruction. Getting left in the woods, she travels on foot to the castle where she is rudely shouted at by Liam, who mistakes her as a maid. After clearing up the miscommunication and apologizing for his bad behavior, Liam and Elise begin writing letters back and forth. They begin to grow attached to each other, but due to the conditions of the competition, believe that they will never be together. Despite her pain, Elise continues to hold a high standing in the first two challenges presented. On the ball the night before the last challenge, the tension between the two finally snaps. Liam tells Elise that he loves her for her strength, the requirement to break Elise out of her fragile curse. The next day, the princesses embark on their final challenge, to which Elise completes first, yet the tallies are totaled and she comes in second. But on top of this, which is...
Wait.
I don't understand the logic, we won't question.
Hold on, sorry. Winter just said, oh my
What?
god, clearing up miscommunication? So many romance books could never.
Facts! Absolute facts! There's still miscommunication, don't you worry. But on top of this, there was a final task, the only one that mattered. For the princess who could feel a pea under her mattress shows sensitivity and is a true princess. The only problem was that the pea was placed under each princess's mattress last night, the night after Elise broke her curse. To save his kingdom and keep his love, Liam, with the help of ancient aura, wishes on a magical raven feather. Cause yep, this is where we're going with it.
Honestly, now that you're summarizing, it sounds so much more crazy compared to when it actually
It sounds
happened.
crazy here, but it actually makes so much sense in the book.
Yeah.
On a magical raven feather, that the pea was placed under her mattress 2 nights ago, allowing Elise to be the winner, freeing them both from their curses. They get married and have their happily ever after, but this world isn't over quite yet. You can switch.
Dun dun.
Um,
Oh, I love the covers.
They're so pretty, aren't they?
Is the purple one Odette?
I will explain.
I
So,
love the mermaid one. What the heck?
so these are currently all of the ones that are out or coming out in the next 8 days.
Oh.
So I'll start off. So there's the 4 in a row, which are all of the ones in this world that happen after. The one all the way on the right, Adorned one, that is actually Liam's parents' story.
What?
I haven't read that one.
Why?
but
Out
it's
of
their
all
story.
characters, those guys.
Out of their story, I don't know. I think it's a Thrushbeard retelling, I think it says. I haven't read that one. I don't know if I'm going to read that one. But if you ever wanted to learn more about the lore behind Liam's parents, because there's a lot there of like his mom not loving his dad at first, but him falling instantly in love, but they got married anyway. So there's a lot of tea there. if you want to do that, that's that book.
Okay.
Otherwise, the next ones are all within the world and surrounding most of the characters that you've already met. Do you want me to spoil who's each book?
I would love to know the fairy tales regarding behind each one, yes.
Okay, and do you want to know the
Midnight
character
is
that
obvious.
you've met, at least?
Glass Midnight
So-
is obvious.
Last Midnight is obviously Cinderella. Do you want to know the character that you've met?
I read the back of that
The
one.
first
That's
story disc?
Wesley, but I don't think we met the girl.
It's
in the first
Wesley and the mystery maiden that he constantly refers to whenever he whenever he's in a scene.
Or whatever her name is.
It's their story. It's really cool, and it plays into their two kingdoms, which happens to be like it's Soleil, Solea,
Is it also kind of like a Romeo and
Loon?
Juliet situation as well?
It's a Romeo and Juliet thing.
Oh.
It's so good. Would recommend. She is such a cool. She's not cursed, which is
Oh.
really cool in and of itself. But she's also like really cool as a character. She doesn't. She goes off. Fairest one, if
Scarlet?
you can't tell, is Scarlet's story. It's
Snow White.
yeah. Well, yeah. It's Snow White. It's pretty obvious with her curse that you can kind of obviously tell what it is. Her story, though, absolutely sweet. Whereas Wesley's takes place after the first book, Scarlet's actually takes place before. Right before, and then bleeds into this book. So you actually can line up the timelines with all of these books and, realize what Scarlet is doing at this moment in the tourney.
Oh.
It's really cool.
I love that, because she always, I love her, but there's always something suspicious about Scarlet. I was like,
Yes. And her story, so cool, so good. She's also just such a fun and lovable character. The next one, what is it?
Spindled
Slaughter. I wonder what it is. It's Sleeping Beauty.
What? No way.
You've probably heard the character mentioned in this book once, of the girl who's asleep.
Oh, yeah.
I believe she was asleep for 300 years, though.
Oh.
Do you want to know the character that's with her? Do you want me to spoil who's with her? Yes, no, maybe so.
Maybe.
Wolves?
I'm genuinely curious.
Maybe?
I'm down.
Yes? Okay, her love interest is Gideon.
Oh.
Ooh. That's
Truly
so
the saddest book I've read in this series so far. Honestly, I was crying out. It's in 2 parts. Oh my gosh, it's so good, but it's so devastating.
No!
Oh my gosh.
Now I don't want to read
There's
it.
so much about Gideon he's such an interesting character. And it's so well written. And they have their happily ever after. But there's a moment when you're like, no, you know it's gonna go wrong and you don't want it to.
Oh.
The next one,
This one
Secrets.
This one has me my eyes are I'm intrigued.
Yeah, so this is obviously a retelling of The Little Mermaid. This is Dominic's story. And it comes out August 30th. So in 8 days.
Oh.
It's not out yet.
Man, I'm so
Now-
sad. I really thought it would
I know,
be
it's-
Odette and Dominic. Never mind. Gosh darn it.
Okay, now, I was looking online today, or the other day, and I was looking up the series because on lovely Amazon, where I look up where books are, I was looking around and I was clicking on the little, oh my gosh, I can't spell. I was looking on the thing that says lists all of the other books that are in a series. Oh my gosh, why is it literally not? Sorry guys, 1 second. Okay, there it is. So I was looking at that, and so I noticed the other day that it says 1 out of 6 books, and so the retelling of Liam's parents isn't in this set. It's its own one-off thing. So I was like, 6 books? Does that mean there's another one that's just released of when it's coming to drop? So it's called Moonlit Wings. And it's Odette's story.
Oh, the fact that it's called
and it's
that.
a Swan Lake retelling.
Yes! I was correct! Yes!
You were. I saw that and was like,
I am so good.
got
I
that
am so good.
well.
Pat me on the back. Give me an
I
A+
was proud of
star.
you.
I know
Literally,
my
I found
fairy
this
tales.
out a few days after you messaged me saying, I think Odette's story is for Swan Lake.
Princess. Yeah, Swan Lake.
It was impressive how quick you got it, but it's not coming out until next year.
No! I have to wait
I
that
know.
long.
But
No.
in the meantime, you get to learn about the other characters of this world. You get to see people have their happily ever after. You
Please.
get to kind of see where they go in the timeline, what happens to
We
them.
must do this entire series. Moon, out of all your book series, this is the one where
Really?
I'm really intrigued
I would
and,
be
like,
so happy to go through all the other ones because I think you're
Please.
actually gonna love basically every character so
I'm
far that
so
I've met.
invested.
I would adore going through this, so
Like,
maybe we'll come back to it sooner rather than later.
please, please, please. Like, out of all your other book series, I'm like, I'm willing to wait for years, but this one, I'm like, please, I need
Yeah,
to
okay.
this one.
I'll put it on the list.
Yes!
Anyway,
I'm really,
that's
actually,
First Kingdom Chronicles.
I'm intrigued about who the Sea's secret, like the girl. I'm like, who is the Little Mermaid?
in Dominic's.
Yeah.
It says, but I don't believe we've actually met her.
Yeah, and like,
And I
because,
say
like,
that
his-
having read 4 of the books in the series,
curse
and I don't
is,
think
like-
I've met her at all yet.
He like has to like marry the most beautiful woman ever, right? Isn't that like his thing?
That's, what's his face's? That's, Damien's.
Oh, never mind. I was mixing up
Dominic
the
is
two.
the one that's a little mysterious and always wearing gloves in this series.
I literally was like, so I was about
There's-
to be really
yeah, yeah.
sad because I thought that Damien was like not gonna be with Odette for a minute there. But
So
I'm like,
it hasn't explicitly said that Damien is
I know
going
but I
to
can
be
hope.
that,
I can hope.
but you kind of do get a hint at what Odette's curse is in the second book.
Oh.
And that's all I'm going to say about it because you
Okay,
have
I
to
a
live the
question.
moment.
Before I told you about Swan Lake, were you confused by Odette's when you read it?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe Beauty and the Beast vibes, but
Now, when
I
I
honestly
said that, were you
didn't
like,
really know.
Did you realize after I said?
I still didn't know what it
Okay.
was, no!
No.
Fortunately! I just didn't. But anyway, I love this series. And I honestly think the writing gets even better as it goes
Okay,
on.
good. Like, I love the book series, but we
I
need to
was
discuss some things.
Hooked. Literally, I was hooked so far into these books, I could not put them down. Anyway, I know, Madison, you literally haven't even finished this one, but the world is just so fun.
I really don't want to click to the next slide because the covers are so pretty. I'm just like staring at them.
I know.
love how they're color coordinated as well. Appreciative.
I know, but like, they're also like very similar of like the vibe going on, so they look pretty next to each other.
Also, I appreciate a good mermaid book. Can we please have it to where I'm really sad that when we get a mermaid book, it's either they're a mermaid the entire time or like they're human most of the time. Like, can we just like, have a nice in between?
I don't know what
Please?
it's going to be like in this book, but I do know that they're on the sea, like in a boat.
Oh wait,
for I think most of the book.
mermaids do exist though, right? Because this world like banned fairy tale creatures, or like they live in a remote island,
Well,
right?
They're dead.
Oh, I thought some of them were alive. Wait, I thought some of them were alive.
Yeah, no.
dead.
Some of them are alive, but a lot of them were killed off, so they went into either hiding or they're
Yeah,
extinct.
so it would actually be really interesting to encounter a mermaid in this world. This would make for such
Yeah.
an interesting love story if this person isn't cursed, but they're an actual mermaid.
I'm also so intrigued by Dominic. He's so mysterious.
Well,
And
I
you just
only met
don't
him one time in
know
the
much
first book,
about
and I completely forgot of his existence. So sorry.
You
Daniel.
meet him, I think, a few times in the first book, but you don't like really encounter. Like you'll encounter them again when they have balls or whatever. But like he's kind of a background character, so I'm really intrigued.
Okay.
Very intrigued. Anyway,
All right. Well, moving on.
are you ready for quotes?
Yes.
I was prepared this time, guys.
Oh,
I have
God.
more,
This is the most
that
quotes
I
I've
put-
seen in.
Yeah,
all
I
of
have
our
more.
books.
but
Oh.
they were kind of too long. So
Oh my.
please enjoy as I read the quotes that made the list. Was I really about to die from a pillow?
That's
Sitting
one.
up slowly, I started moving all the little attempted murderers which surrounded me to the sides of the bed. Those murderers are pillows. It would be unnecessary touching, and they didn't touch me. Nor did they let anyone else touch me unless it was necessary.
You forgot.
So
I
why
wished
did
my
it feel
mother-
What?
You forgot to read. I wished my mother would embrace me.
What?
That one.
Oh,
I wish-
girly pop. Reload.
What?
Reload. I edited them.
I can't reload right now.
Oh, go to the other screen, quickly. Shh! No one saw this!
Okay.
There's just, like, more that are better that you can't see. Oh, wait, now I'm just gonna...
Like, what?
What?
Hold on, y'all. Give me
Uno
one
momento. Technical difficulties. Wolves got on here too fast because I was fixing this earlier today.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know. I think it's back to normal, right?
Ah! What?
The quotes, can I come back now?
Oh, yeah. Like, they were fixed. It's just, I think you went in them before I
Okay.
fixed them.
Okay, we're back. Continue, sorry.
Oh, shoot. My phone just died.
No.
Hold up. I need to pull up the doc now on my computer. Sorry.
Hi, guys. Enjoy
Yeah.
Scuff 101.
Shut up. We're
We are
fine.
professionals.
Yep.
Totally.
Total
And
professionals.
We totally
Okay.
claimed we are, yeah.
Okay. No, what did I say? Oh. I just thought this was a good one, even though it's kind of depressing. But it would be unnecessary touching, and they didn't touch me, nor did they let anyone else touch me unless it was necessary. So why did it feel necessary to me? That desire I had to be held. That's so sad, isn't it?
It is. It is sad.
That is so sad.
And on the complete other direction, not Liam being, what happened to your face? You looked like you were beaten up last night by highway bandits. If you get blood on the sofa. Truly, he was worried about blood on the sofa when a princess was in distress? It's one of my favorite, moments.
So true.
How dare you get blood on the sofa?
Yeah, literally! I was laughing so hard. I also really appreciated this, just I apologize, but I'm gonna pass out now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna pass out.
I would appreciate if you caught me.
Yeah. I looked forward to seeing her again, and next time, preferably less bloodied and bruised. That whole moment is... Oh, we have to talk about it.
That's a mood, though. It is.
Other than Liam's incredibly good looks and ability to catch a fainting maiden and carry her up a flight of steps, there really was nothing much to recommend him.
Oh, that one's a good one. I just
Isn't
realized...
it?
Hold on. One moment. Una momento, por favor.
Oh my gosh, how dare you?
And the music stopped for some reason. How dare it?
Oh.
Continue.
Music, come back. Okay. I found this moment really sweet. Liam going, my princess was full of wit. Wait, my princess? She wasn't my princess. I was like, oh, yeah, you thought.
You thought.
I was like, okay, guys, y'all clearly love each other. Please just get married.
And then one of my favorite moments is Scarlet going, if you wish to hide, I suggest you hide behind a potted plant over there. As soon as this ball begins, that is where I shall be.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, so relatable, Scarlet! I really, if I had more time, I would have made the three of us act out that scene and posted that up as a
Oh
short.
my god, yes!
I think we still should, because I think it's just such an iconic scene.
I would love to voice some of the scenes with the princesses and voice act the princesses. That would be so nice.
Mm-hmm. We should do that, for funsies, if
We
nothing
should.
else.
I like funsies.
And then Liam talking to, what's her face? Elise, going, indeed, glad to hear I'm not daft. You know, I wasn't sure.
Moment.
Not Liam turning into, the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Something inside me wanted to growl at that. Growl? What is happening to me? That was not very prince-like.
Bro.
There should be no growling, internally or otherwise. And then our lovely, iconic man, Teddy.
Oh, yes.
Your Majesty, may I have an ounce, nay, a sliver of your precious time?
A silver.
I love-
Precious time.
Oh, it's supposed to be sliver. My bad, guys. English is not on my side
Oh
today.
my god, there's so many good Teddy quotes I love.
Here's another. The entire bit that this happened around, I wanted to put, but there just wasn't enough room. But so you get the gist.
Just him being like, I
You
am
know,
quite kissable,
most men in
but
your
no, thank you.
shush. You know, most men in your shoes or situation, I should say, as I know your shoe size, and no one has ever had as monstrous feet as you had, dear prince. And then he keeps going and just keeps going about his feet for like the next 5 pages.
Something tells me Teddy's into something. I'm sorry.
And then, ironically, you haven't read this part yet, Madison, but this is Abigail, Elise's maid, going, You'll do well, princess. No one's ever died in a princess tourney. I'm like, that's so out of pocket. Like,
Okay, thanks,
you can't
Abigail.
be saying that.
Does someone die at a princess tourney?
No, no one dies. No death.
Oh, okay.
And then we're back to our man Teddy. Are you gonna hug me? He asked, looking as if that would horrify him. And then he also goes on to be like, you're not gonna kiss me, right? Just dying.
I just love
And then
that
we have-
he acknowledges, like, I am, like, quite kissable, but...
Yeah, and he's like, well, other than the fact that I'm me.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, whoa, Teddy! Slow down there, mate! And then I really love this quote. I love this entire moment shared between Elise and Liam. I think it's one of the best moments of the book when they finally confess to each other. But for one, just one of the quotes of many is, Elise, I love you so very much. I love you for all that you are, but mostly, Elise, I love you for your strength.
Aww.
And I died from that
So
because
cute.
That's so cute.
it's so cute. It's the entire moment that they share of them confessing to each other is both wholesome and beautiful all at the same time. And it's so uplifting too. It's just so beautiful. And that was just one quote from it. They have so many in that section and I had to pick and choose and I was like, what do I choose? Anyway,
Questions?
do you guys have any
Comments?
quotes that you...
Concerns?
Well, do you have any quotes that you picked up that you might want to add?
I can't remember any at the top of my head, honestly.
That's valid.
I mean, all the ones that you pretty much said are
Yeah.
I liked in the first part of the
There
book.
was a couple funny things in the very last chapter that Liam said to Elise that made me giggle.
In the epilogue?
Yeah, it was very cute.
I mean, I wanted to include, like, the entire epilogue, too, because it's such a moment, but I can't, so... And also, spoilers for the next book. Kinda. Not really. This one is not as much.
By the way,
Well,
what
there's Wesley.
what was the advisor's name? The big buff guy?
Oh!
No, yeah, he's really important.
What's his face?
I really
Bae?
forget his name. Bane? Thank you. Bane?
Bane,
Bae.
yeah.
He is
Bae,
incredibly
no, like,
Bae.
important.
Bae, it's Bae.
Bae?
Bae.
Yeah, it's
Bae.
B-E-Y.
Bae, okay.
Because whenever I hear it in the audiobook, I'm thinking Bae, like, you know,
Yeah.
B-A-E. And I'm like, okay, that's
I'm
pretty
surprised we didn't mention Bae, considering his importance. In
I know! Wait, no, what a guy. We like Bae.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. You know who's also a great, like, side character? Wesley's Knight. I can't remember his
Yes!
name, but he's iconic. Okay,
cool. Thomas?
Sorry,
Thomas, yeah. Okay. You know what? We're gonna get to all of these people right after we ask. Does anyone have any questions?
You have any questions, comments, concerns,
Chat, are there any
thoughts,
questions?
feelings?
Because otherwise, we're just gonna go off and we're gonna do it like we did the last stream of kind of working our way through the book chronologically.
If you do have questions in the middle of us discussing this, I will stop everybody and address the question.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're like that.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll have the same questions too. So we'll
Madison will probably have the same questions.
Yes.
I'll be like, huh? What are we doing?
What book is this?
Where are we at?
Who am I? Why am I here?
So true.
Okay.
Alright,
Oh.
here, do the typical YouTube spiel.
Oh, okay. Okay, guys, just a reminder to join our Discord. It's in the link in the description. You can also follow us on Twitter at TalkTimeYT. We
Say
post
that 10
when we
times fast.
No. We post when we upload as well as we just post when we upload as well as maybe some funny shorts that I've been experimenting with. But you should follow us on there. And then you can like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell if you want to keep up to date with all of our book chaos or just want to come for the chaos that is the three of us together.
Yep.
Woo! You can
Very
also, yeah,
wonderful.
if you want to talk to us about books too, joining our Discord, we nerd out about books all the time.
Mhm.
But if you want to just talk in there, we're happy to communicate with you.
Oh, yes. Any book discussion, we're down to just immediately become nerds. Of course.
Yeah.
It's also not just books, though. We do delve into varieties of things like web comics and video game series with story elements to it.
Yeah.
We
Anything
like
that's really
variety.
story based is most likely one of us is involved with it in some capacity.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah, do that. Be cool.
Please.
Join us. It's a good
Tell
time.
your friends.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends you're a book nerd and you're proud of it.
Yeah. I read books and I'm proud. I love fantasy and I'm proud.
Heck yeah!
Okay.
Anyway.
I
Are
was
we
gonna say
ready?
something, but I can't say that on
Let me
stream.
go.
Oh, text it to us. I want to know what it is now, Madison. Text it to
Okay.
us.
Okay.
Alright, are we ready?
Hold on, I'm gathering us. Hold on.
There you go.
Gathering
go.
us.
I sent it to you.
Yes.
I need to view this now. You know, I was really tempted to say that out loud.
It's
but...
not stream appropriate.
No, I mean, to be fair.
I mean, we don't care as much on this channel, but maybe not, guys.
That's what I thought too. I went, no. No, never mind.
You want to out yourself like that?
My husband already did it in front of people.
Oh no!
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Oh. Okay. Are we ready for some ranting?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Aye, aye, Captain. Okay. Let's start at the beginning. Honestly, let's kind of just group together Elise before she goes to the tourney. Elise's experience and Liam's experience. Like, let's just... Those are two separate entities, even though I know they're, like, a few chapters. But, like, there really isn't, like, much going on there. I feel like it's more just setting up the world that we're in, because that is really important to this series. Setting up the world and the characters, and this book is definitely a first book in the series. Like, it's... Here's everything you need to know in the world. Let's meet some of the characters that you may or may not know. Let's very...
Oh, bye, Winter.
Like...
Good having you around.
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye.
Let's very explicitly establish what both of the curses are, while giving a very explicit definition of how to break Liam's, while also being very vague about how to break Elise's, which I think is cool. I like that we don't know how to break Elise's until a little bit later on.
I would
think that's
like
good.
to mention something in the beginning of the book.
Okay.
So I did enjoy the book. There were a couple moments in the writing that kind of, like, took me out of it just a little bit, or kind of made me a little bit... It was, like, a little too much explaining. So
Yeah,
the
yeah,
beginning part
definitely.
was very much like that, where we had Elise's perspective. She gave us the rundown of how the kingdoms work, the curses, etc. You know, this is the world, this is my life. We're like, okay. And then we go to Liam. And we get the rundown of his kingdom. Okay, very fair, you know, because, you know, it's different in his perspective because, you know, you have more info from him. But he also repeats the same thing that Elise says. And I'm like,
I do think that's a slight issue in this book, of there is a little bit of repetition, and it doesn't always lend itself to the story.
Like, and also, the introduction of Liam's parents made me very confused. Because...
It's not a good intro.
I don't know if I just, like, could not grasp the writing of them, or because, like, his mom seemed like a very, like, emotional, apologetic mess for some reason. And, Liam and his dad kind of just stood off to the side acting like, oh, you know, here we go again. And I was just like, I don't know these people, and I'm so confused on what's happening right now. And because of that, I was just, like, confused of what they were saying. I was like, why are you guys doing this out of nowhere? Who's Aura? What? Like...
Yeah.
I don't know,
it's a lot.
It felt odd to me. That was a very odd introduction. And, like, it also felt like Liam seemed tight with his dad, you know, they seemed father-son. With his mom, however, he's like, oh, my mother's fine, but, you know, like, I was like, okay.
I also do find it a little weird, because I feel like it's the one place that his mom is like, I'm so sorry, and then the rest of the book she's like, no, you have to do it this way.
Literally.
So I do find her character a little weird.
It's a little inconsistent.
And I do agree, I do agree there's a lot of information thrown at you at the beginning, and I get where the author is coming from. They're introducing an entire new world, and a lot of characters at once, and trying to set it up quickly to get to the action. But it's almost too much at once. And I think they actually played it really well by, like, I wish they did more of what they did with Elise's curse, of, like, explained what it was and how it worked, but not how to fix it.
Yeah.
And you had to find that out later. I wish they kind of did that more with maybe the world a little bit more.
Yeah.
spread that out. Maybe when it was important, added that information in.
Yeah.
But
'Cause
I do agree, there is
did-
a lot of
They did
repetition.
reveal quite a lot of some characters' curses and actually how to potentially break them, or like you can get an idea of it in the first book, I think. If you're like
Really?
if you're a fairy tale nerd, then you can probably pick up on what people have to do, or like some of the things that's going on. But
Yeah, they
'cause,
do.
like, knowing
Wesley's is revealed in this one.
yeah, Wesley's
forgot
is
about
revealed.
that.
That one is so sad. Oh my god.
Damien's is.
Yeah.
Wesley's is, yeah, his is really interesting. We'll talk about it later when we get to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Madison has no idea what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damien's is also revealed. Who else is revealed?
I think that's actually it.
I think it's just those two.
Like Odette's doesn't even know because
Odette doesn't know, yeah.
Yeah.
Odette doesn't know, and
Not 20, right?
the other ones, the only one that you get a hint of really what her curse is Scarlet.
Yeah.
The other characters that you meet, you really don't know, and I think some of them aren't even cursed.
Yeah.
Rose and Lily aren't cursed, right?
There was a couple that aren't.
I think
Rose and
one of
Lily
them-
aren't cursed.
one
I
of them
think
has a bunch
Dominic
of
is cursed,
sisters,
though.
Right? One of them has a bunch of
Yeah, that's
sisters.
Rose.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Then the theory is that maybe they're cursed to only have daughters, but it's never
Right.
actually confirmed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's setting up basically both Elise's and Liam's parents as kind of these people that you're kind of questioning whether they're actually good or not, and what
Yeah.
they're doing for their child is actually the best course of action.
I do say with Elise's parents, I can see where they're coming from a lot more
Mhm.
than Liam's. Like, that's definitely gotta be
Liam's
rough.
parents, yeah, I almost wish there was what the queen was expressing more throughout the book, like that empathy of, I'm so sorry we're putting this all on you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry we couldn't let you just love who you wanted to love like we were allowed to do.
And then it's a complete 180. She's like, oh, this princess seems like a good princess. Like, forget about her.
Yeah.
Like, we disregard her.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what?
Which, like, you can see where they're coming from because they do heavily
are-
establish that, like, Elise is not going there to win, and no one
They
really
also,
believes that
they're
she can.
focused on making sure their kingdom doesn't die. So
Yeah. Like, there's reasoning behind it, but I mean, the beginning, I think, sets up, once you get past and understand the information,
Oh yeah.
I think it does a good job of setting up what situation we're in.
I don't know if you were the same, Madison, but after I was done with that, I was in. I was like, okay, here we go. We're going to Ember.
Once you're out of her kingdom and
Yeah.
fully immersed in his, it's solid,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do like that.
Okay, well, I mean, I think the next thing we have to talk about is Elise's journey,
Oh,
because,
the odd character.
oh my gosh, so iconic. So, for context, because this needs some weird explaining, because what the heck happens, even. Basically, Elise is traveling with her maid and a bunch of knights in this carriage, and, you know, it's uncomfortable. She bruises literally by just touching anything. But she falls asleep on this journey, and basically her carriage gets stuck there. So she wakes up and her maid's like, don't worry, we're figuring out the situation. So Elisa's like, okay, whatever, goes back to sleep. Because why not? And so then she wakes up again a while later, and she goes outside her carriage, and there's no one there. There are no knights, there's no maid, just no one is there, and she's just in the middle of these kind of creepy woods, alone
It's
by
very
this
foggy.
carriage.
You can just barely see 10 feet in front of you. It's like,
Yeah, it's a weird situation. And so then this guy, who we later learn is Bay, the advisor.
oh, that's another thing. I did not know it was Bay. I thought it was Drake or Draken or whatever his name is.
It says it like a few chapters later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just said it where I'm
I
at,
don't
pretty
know
much.
why. For the longest time, I just kept thinking that was Draken. I don't know why. Anyways, continue.
You're not supposed to know who it is.
Yeah.
So, basically he comes out and he's like, hi, the rest of your party arrived at the castle, and I was here to escort you back over there, so to get you there safely. So follow me. And she's like, stranger danger, but I have no choice. Let's go.
And I was full on like, okay, they have
She's gonna
sent
get
an
murdered.
assassin to
Yeah.
murder her.
Yeah.
Like, this is not
It's
okay.
a very suspicious situation.
I've been
is it-
reading a lot of books where this is the thing.
Is it weird
Mhm.
that I was oddly like, yeah, I trust you? Was that weird?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
during
you
that situation, I
probably-
was not alarmed for her at
Not-
all. I was just kind of like, okay, this is weird, but alright.
Oh
sure.
no, I full on thought that the handmaiden had left her in the woods, and this is some kind of assassin that
It
they've
was
sent after her. And I
Very
was like,
suspicious.
I was like,
I
yeah,
think
this is
I was very suspicious,
enough.
but I also had a heavier inclination that there was more magic at work here than it was an
I already
assassination
thought we
plot.
were on the first trial. It's like, oh, she'd be on the first trial. Like,
That would be a good first trial.
I did
Because they
have that
do
thought
mention-
at point two. I was like,
Because doesn't Odette also mention later of being like, yeah, we got stuck in the mud too for like 2
Mhm.
hours.
yeah,
That's a
She
good
did.
first trial. I was like, yes.
yeah.
Anyway,
It's not though. So
basically, she's walking through the woods with this guy, and he's like, hey, in case we get separated, most unsuspicious statement ever, just keep following the light in front of you. And she's like, okay, and then looks away, and then looks back, and he's gone. And you're like, okay, we all saw that coming.
okay.
So she makes her way to the castle, but because of her fragile state, walking hurts her. She gets basically touched by a few branches, and she has scrapes, and
Her
she's
face
swollen.
is bruised.
She just looks like an actual mess. And so she finally gets to the door. She's literally exhausted. So for some reason there's no guards and no one guarding the door, and it's open. So she goes in and she finds a couch and she just lays down on it and passes out. And then proceeds to get rudely awakened up by Liam,
Can we,
who's standing above her shouting, "What are you doing on the couch?"
can we talk about the Liam name situation real quick?
Can we talk about it after this?
Okay.
After we get through this scene, and then I will
Okay.
sit through you talking about the Liam name situation.
I'm gonna name my son Liam.
My gosh, Robinson. I
Okay.
need to quote some things that we say in this. Oh gosh. Anyway, basically Liam's like, "What are you doing on this couch?" And she's like, "I'm taking a rest. This couch is very uncomfortable." Which is funny because like she feels everything, and he's like, "You're bleeding on the couch. I don't care. Why are you here? Get out." And she's like, "How rude of you." He's like, "I'm the prince." She's like, "I'm a princess." He's like, "What? No, you're not. You're a maid." To which she then says, yeah, to which then she's like, no, I'm a princess. I'm also the fragile princess. And he's like, oh shoot.
I was like, oh god.
Oh shoot.
Oh, Winter.
Oh
Great
no, what
timing.
have I done?
You returned at a great time.
You
Winter.
returned a great timing. And so basically they go check, they find that her party is all there, and she's like, please leave me to my room. I want to go, like, away now. I don't want to deal with you yelling at me, being rude on your awfully uncomfortable couch. It's just a whole moment that's just so made so ridiculous by the nature of their curses
Yeah.
that it's just such a great time. But anyway, she's like, okay. And she goes to start walking out of the room and gets dizzy and goes, oh shoot, I'm gonna faint. And so she turns to Liam and goes, hey, so I'm a faint now. If you could catch me so I don't injure myself more, that'd be great. And then promptly passes out. Would you find he does carry her up to the room? Or he does carry her at least somewhere. No, he carries her up to her room. And from his perspective, you know that.
I'm a sucker for a cute bridal carry.
And it's after the fact that they had this fight that was so ridiculous, and then she promptly was like, I'm gonna pass out, so if you could carry, like, it's such a great
It's
meet
you
cute, guys.
Yelling
It's
at
such a
me.
great meet cute.
It is.
I'm gonna pass.
10 out of 10 meet cute.
Yeah, and so that's literally how they meet. So due to her fragile state, she has to stay confined in her bed. But while she's there and recovering, she and Liam start exchanging letters. He basically sends her one to apologize at first, being like, I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
That was not a good way to treat anyone, let alone a princess, but I shouldn't have even done that, like, to a maid. Which, that was, thank
the
gosh.
ownership, thank goodness. Very good.
The ownership, but also the acknowledgement of that was not a way you treat a person, no matter their status.
Yeah, it was a 10 out of 10 on
Because-
them. Good job.
Him yelling at her, you're like, ooh, am I going to like this male lead? But the taking ownership for what he did is 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So I'll stop there because basically there's just a lot of correspondence of them.
I love her
Talking with
response to being
letters.
Like, you should invest in our pillows of our kingdom.
She's sassy and sarcastic towards him, but he loves it
He
too.
literally replaced all the kingdom pillows with her kingdom's pillows.
It's so funny. He takes her request of changing the pillows to heart and does it excessively.
Everywhere.
He's like, I like these pillows. These are
yeah.
good pillows.
But there's basically just a lot of them talking back and forth while they kind of get towards the beginning of the competition. I'll stop there so that Wolves can do her rant about the names
Yay! It's gonna be a short one.
before
So,
we go any farther.
the reason why we keep laughing over the name Liam. Okay, so if you guys didn't know something about Moon here, Moon has an
Oh my
obsession
gosh.
with certain names, very specific names. She uses them a lot in her writings for her characters.
I do.
One of those-
Actually, wait, this is
There's
true.
a lot of characters that she reads that have that name. Like, if that character has that name in that book, you wouldn't be surprised. Alex is
shut
quite
up.
frequent in one of them.
Alex is often.
And
Yeah.
Nathan, or Nathaniel, or some type
Nathan.
of end name. I've noticed.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of end names.
Or
You're
Nate
right.
Or something. Liam is another one that's particularly
Yeah.
common.
And I
And,
didn't clock that one.
I believe it was, it is a common name in general, but particularly for Moon here, it's used a lot. Liam, I forgot.
Not in my writing, in the books I read.
In, what was the, oh yeah, in
I don't
the,
think.
if you guys remember the book stream we did on, what was it, Moonlight and, Water, on Moonlight or
Of
something?
Moonlight and Water.
Of Moonlight
yeah.
and Water. If you remember, the fairy guy's name was Liam in that book. That
Oh,
she
no.
absolutely adores that character.
He's not my favorite, but I do like him.
Yes. And then the fact that the main character in this book's name is Liam. Now, I know that's only 2 times, so you guys would probably yell at me like, that's not enough, but there are instances in her writing where she has named characters Liam.
I do have a lot of L-named characters too.
Lucas is a common one as well.
Lucas is my common one that I use a lot.
So, I actually just read a book with
Oh no.
one of the characters named Liam, and I absolutely loved him.
Yes!
And
I feel
and
like
I thought of you, Moon.
Yeah, like, you hear the name Liam
there
or
are
Alex, you're
certain
just
names
like, think of
that like you associate moods with, and I feel like Liam is always a good character. Like I feel like there's never a villain named Liam.
the day there's a villain
Was,
Liam, we're gonna be like,
alright.
Someone show me a villain named Liam, I'll read it.
this doesn't
Bet.
sound like a villain name.
It just doesn't. Like it doesn't
sounds
give
like
villain
a goofy
name
name
vibes.
for goofy characters.
Yeah.
You know?
Which we,
Yeah.
if your name is Liam,
We're sorry.
yes. No, we like your name,
Like, you're probably not completely goofy, but you know.
but like you have a good time.
Yeah. So that's where that made me laugh. I just pointed this out, and Moon was like, "Holy heck, you're right."
Yeah, I didn't realize it till she said it too.
Yeah.
Terrible moment.
Anyways, I do like Liam as a character, though. I do love Elise as well.
Mhm.
I love her sassy attitude, and I love, oh my god, the letters exchange. I just die.
The letters exchange are so
I
good because you
love-
do get to read what the letters say,
Yes.
and they're so fun.
I love them so much.
I do love a good dual perspective. It's just something about it, seeing both people's things, and having the dual perspective with the letters, so you see the reaction to
Oh,
what
yes.
they write.
Mwah, beautiful.
Oh, everything. It was everything. Like when Liam like laughs out loud when he's in the room with his mom and dad,
Mhm.
and they're like, "What are you laughing at?" He's like, "Nothing." And you're like, "But he's smiling on the inside."
He's got like that cheesy like elementary kid grin on his face. So he's just like,
Mhm.
like, oh. It's so cute.
Girl.
Tee girl.
Are you Teddy? Have you met Teddy yet, Madison?
Yeah.
Oh, thank gosh.
Teddy's fun.
Good, good,
Can
good.
we talk about the princesses real quick? Like, 'cause
I was
that's-
literally about to. That's the next part of the book. So, the letter's amazing, and that's about where you are, right, Madison?
They just had a picnic outside.
Oh no, never mind. You're a little farther than that. So,
Yeah.
basically, like while she's recovering and before anything happens, basically, is these letters, and so then they meet for the first official ball to kind of open up the ceremony, and this is when Elise meets basically the 3 princesses that we know the most, which would be Odette, who's the princess of Loon, Scarlet, who's whole something. I don't know.
She's another princess of another.
It's a warrior kingdom.
Holden?
Yeah, that thing. And then there's Rosalina or Rose and Liliana or Lily. I don't remember where they're from. They're like secondary. Scarlet and Odette are definitely the 2 primary princesses that you interact with. And then there's of course Alora, who is somewhat of an antagonist, very driven to win this competition. I think more so for the fact that she wants to be proven as a true princess over any aspect of love.
I think I feel bad for Laura because of
I feel bad for Laura,
her
too.
kingdom's history.
Yeah, so her kingdom is also the kingdom to which there was an original traitor, and it caused an entire war against the ancients, who are basically magical beings, and the humans. And the instigator for this entire war was the prince of Alora's kingdom many years ago.
Ancestor, yeah.
And so there's a lot of stigma around that because basically the reason everyone is cursed is because this war started and this war was triggered.
I'm honestly, isn't like Gideon her brother too? Like isn't?
Yeah, Gideon is also a member of that kingdom.
So I'm just seeing the curses that Draken put on these guys. I'm just dreading to imagine what he put on that kingdom, like.
On that kingdom?
Specifically, yeah, like the curse for them.
Wait, what
like,
was Gideon's curse?
It was never said. We don't know.
I know, but I know it.
But like the princess and specifically like Elora, like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't actually know what Alora's is. I have an idea though.
I'm like dreading to think of what it will be because it sounds like because they hate that kingdom. Everybody hates like just glares at them. So like imagining what Draken would do to them, just like oof. They're still alive somehow. I'm surprised they're not wiped out.
I don't know for certain, but my theory, especially with Scarlet being like, Laura wasn't always like this, she was nice at some point, like at one point, and then she just changed. I'm thinking she is the Ice Queen.
Ooh, that would
or like the Snow Princess. I think that's like she has a frozen heart.
Like the because the original story of
she's
the
Elsa.
Ice...
No, I'm joking.
No,
I'm talking about the original fairy tale.
The original fairy tales. The girl's friend got like a piece of like evil mirror shard stuck in his eye, and that like changed his entire personality.
Yeah, like I'm talking about the girl who basically her heart is frozen.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking just the way they kind of describe her as cold constantly, and like they use a lot of cold like synonyms in there. I'm like,
isn't she look like she has the Elsa look? You know, like.
Yeah, I think so. I think she's
also
Elsa.
It would be interesting. Now I'm theorizing like if we get to her perspective, would it be like? It might not. It would be interesting if it was.
Would it be her trapped in her own body, or would it be the personality that she presents herself in this one?
Because I recently read...
I've thought about this too.
Okay, a side tangent. I was reading a webcomic where it's this character who gets reincarnated over and over and over again as like the villain's daughter, and she's self-aware, but she can't physically say anything nice. She has to be mean. She has to like whenever she goes to comfort someone, she just rebukes them or says something mean to them. And she just constantly relives this until one day she's actually able to do something nice and say something nice, and she's like, whoa, what the heck? So
what just happened?
I'm wondering if like maybe that would be a similar situation to Elora, where she can't help but be mean, but also it would be interesting to know like that curse would make sense, since I feel like to break that you'd have to figure out how to like melt your own heart, because like their ancestor, you know, was evil. Like obsessive.
I know.
I think obsessive is the right word, because I think that's why it started, is he was obsessive, was an ancient.
I do think my order of interest of characters that we have met so far, I was always curious about Odette's story, but now that I know hers is coming out, like Elora, I really want to know her story.
I am so happy I nailed that with Odette.
There's another character I'm interested in about, but I can't remember. They're not in this book, and I can't remember who they are. Whoops.
Well, regarding Odette, I love Odette. In case for people who are, Odette's curse is not known until her 21st birthday. Yeah. So as soon as she turns 21, she won't.
She's 20 right now, for context.
Yeah, it's coming up soon. And oh boy, Wesley's. Oh boy.
Wesley's is rough. Madison, do you know Wesley's curse?
No, I don't think they've said it yet, actually.
Great, we're gonna spoil right here. So in addition to the princesses, you also meet, obviously you know Liam, but you also meet Wesley, who's Odette's twin brother, and Dominic. Dominic, you basically know nothing about. He's kind of just this mysterious guy. His story's coming out soon. Wesley wears a mask all the time, so no one actually knows what he looks like.
Oh yeah, I knew he wore a mask.
A spoiler. So, and you learn that's part of his curse. Later on in the book, Odette's like, trash it, we're just gonna tell Elise what your curse is, because whatever. The whole thing is, if you know how to break someone's curse, you can't be the one to break it anymore, so by telling Elise, she's basically taking her off the table, but by that point in the book, they're like, it's not gonna happen.
she's with Liam. There's literally.
Yeah, they're together. Like, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Basically, Wesley's curse is that he needs, before his 21st birthday, he needs someone to fall in love with him, not for his title or his role, like who he is as a prince, but for who he is as a person. And if he doesn't, he dies.
Yep.
Oh,
He
It's
just
a death
dies.
curse.
Yep.
that's
Which was very harsh.
Yeah, it's a rough one.
Is it the beast curse? I don't know.
It's
I don't.
not, I don't...
It
No, because...
sounds-
No, it's Cinderella's curse.
Oh, also, actually, I just thought of it. It also sounds like Wesley could be related to Aladdin in a way, if you think about it.
Yeah, definitely. But reversed.
Reversed, yeah. So
Yeah, they do take the Cinderella route, though, because that is the second book, is his book.
mm,
So it's more of the magic, you can't see it, and there's the glass slipper. I can't even remember where the glass slipper actually comes into play, but whatever. But like the mask hiding who they truly are, while trying to accept them. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, it's been literally like a year or two
yeah,
since
but
I
it
last
sounds
read this, so
interesting, and I'm rooting for Wesley.
It's cool.
Because he's a good character.
100% like it.
Honestly, knowing his curse, I completely see why he goops off so much. Because if I
Yeah.
knew I was fated to die at that
If he
young, I
doesn't
would-
make it, I mean,
it's like,
gotta live it
my
up.
life. He's giving fits. FFF. He's giving fits. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I know. I'm crying. Simple boy. Fits.
What do you think they're talking about, wolves?
It's not CP, right? Wait.
Yes, it's CP.
What's FFF stand for?
I don't know what that one is. But
But that says Fritz, not Fritz.
it's same difference. Crying
Okay,
inside,
but,
poor
like,
boy.
No, what does FFF mean? Anyways, okay, I guess yeah. Okay,
I can't spell.
it's okay. I'm just like, what's? All right.
Yeah. I got it. Don't you
We
worry.
got
Winter.
you. Okay, but no, I'm definitely intrigued for Wesley. I'm rooting for the boy, but honestly,
Mhm.
if I was fated with a death curse, I would just be like, okay, yep, time to live my life and hide my knight's armor.
I will
So-
say, like, the one other thing that you do learn about that is that his uncle is the one to suggest that he wears a mask, and I immediately was like, ooh, that's suspicious.
Oh yeah,
Which
no,
also
no,
intrigued
like,
me so much
literally-
for his story.
Oh my god, as soon as I learned that, I was like, it's his uncle. Every
I know, I was
fairy
like, that's
tale
so
uncle is, like,
suspicious.
always suspicious as a heck. Every time.
But I can't actually remember how it goes. But I just wanted to bring that up because I remember clocking that the first time and being like,
It would be interesting if, like, the uncle represented the evil stepmother.
Yeah.
Cinderella. That would be
I
interesting.
can't remember what it is though.
Oh, but
Unfortunately.
Scarlet, my theory. I have a theory.
On Scarlet?
Like, well, I just have my suspicion. Okay, so we're introduced
I remember
to
her story
Scarlet.
very vividly.
We're introduced to Scarlet, right? And they kept
Yeah.
talking about how, like, oh, the princess went missing, and
Mhm.
all of a sudden, like, there were rumors that she went missing, and like her father died mysteriously, you know. And now she's here at this
God,
ball. Like, there was
yeah.
no announcement of her getting found or anything. It's just she's just here at this ball, and Elise just shrugging it off, like, oh, I guess she's back, okay. And I'm like,
Yep.
how are you not? What? And she's just there. No one questions, like, oh, this princess who was missing is suddenly here. And nobody's acknowledging the fact, like, oh, hey, how were you found? Like, no question is asked, nothing. And, you know, she's shy and cutesy and clumsy, yes. But the fact that she was avoiding dancing with the prince, she didn't want to interact with anyone, I'm thinking, like, I'm squinting at her, like, are you really the princess, or are you just a stand-in for the actual Scarlet?
I had that same thought.
I was like, because the
There
way
is-
she acts is a little bit, you know, not...
There's one other suspicious thing that lends itself to her story. I don't know if you picked it up.
Can you please
It's-
help?
I do have a quote of it. Let me pull it up. But it's at the first ball. It's basically like right after the introductions. It's basically the first thing that Scarlet says, and it's Scarlet doesn't talk a lot, so it's very prominent that she says something like this, and you're like, wait, what? Sorry, I'm being lost in my own stuff. Okay, let me find it.
It's also suspicious
Hello?
that they brought up, like, she's not really looking that sad for somebody's father who just died, and she's here. Like...
I literally can't talk about this because I know her story.
I'm trying to think of the Snow White fairy tale, and I don't know how this is related. I'm like, oh god.
It's really well weaved. Well, it's a little out there, this situation that's weaved in here, but it's also kind of cool to see how it is. I think it's before... Okay.
Waiting.
Okay. I think I found it. We're just gonna go through kind of the whole scene, okay?
Okay.
As long as I can find the beginning of the scene. Okay, I found it. Wait, where does she answer? Wait. Hello. Please. Please.
If only you had a convenient book, like, type-in word thing.
I should, but I'm also like a few pages away from it, so it's not worth it. Okay, I found it. I think. Yes. Okay. Ready? We're just gonna go through basically like her intro. The princess with the scarlet dress, who I assumed was the Tauren princess, moved over to us. She was still so incredibly striking. I couldn't look away from her as she approached. I'm Scarlet of Tauren. She gave a small, wobbly curtsy, but no smile. I noticed freckles across her nose and cheeks. She was indeed a unique beauty, and I wondered if she could break my brother's curse. But I pushed that thought aside as Odette and I greeted her. It's a pleasure to meet you, Princess Scarlet, I said with a small curtsy. Luna and Arcadia, good strong kingdoms. Thank you for your allegiance to Tauren in the past. Someday I hope, if ever Tauren is in need, you will again answer our call. Scarlet's eyes held my gaze, and I nodded. Blah 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 blah. Of course Luna's your ally. Yes, as is Arcadia, to be sure, I said with a nod. Thank you. It has been difficult as of late in my kingdom. As I watched her, I couldn't help but wonder what it was that she wasn't saying. That's it. That's all I'm giving you.
Well, no, because, like, I read that, but that doesn't, like... Obviously, it's been difficult in your kingdom. Your dad just died and you went missing. That's obvious something's difficult in your kingdom.
Well, that's before you learn about that information.
Like, but even then, no, like, I guess I was just like, everybody's cursed here. So her saying that really just didn't appear red flags to me. I'm like, yeah, no, what?
What a shame. I clocked that fast. I was like, why are you asking for an allegiance with two kingdoms right now?
Oh, okay, now that you say that, like that
That's what she says!
No, I thought it was just
No,
like
I found like her like wobbly curtsy. I was like,
the allegiance with two kingdoms I did not pick up on. I thought that was just a general thing, being like, forever.
She's basically being like, oh, I'm so glad we're aligned. I hope that if we were ever in need in the future, that you would still have our back. She's not asking even about like helping them. It's weird how it's like, you've been a great ally to in the past. I hope that if it ever happens again, you will do so again.
Okay.
It's a weird statement.
I didn't pick up on that statement because I was just like, I'm gonna be real, politics, I'm asleep. So I'm like, okay.
That's fair.
I do feel that.
Like, the one who is sick was the one to step in because sister is missing.
That's fair.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. But, like,
I'm also reading, and it says, it's known that her dad is dead, but it was also just a rumor that Scarlet was missing. It's never confirmed that she's missing by anyone.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes... Okay, it was a rumor. Even so...
It was a rumor.
Even so, the fact that it was a rumor...
Oh, wait, I'm just remembering the story now. Whew, never mind.
Like, you could get why I was suspicious of Scarlet. Like, I was just are you actually Scarlet?
She's a weird character, and she says some weird, out-of-pocket things that you're not quite sure what they're supposed to mean yet.
Yeah. Anyways, Scarlet's interesting. I'm curious about her story. Teddy.
Wait, no. Do we meet Teddy that early? I don't think we do.
He appears in later after the ball a little bit, but like I don't know what other character to talk
Well,
about.
no, because there's a very cute moment that happens right after the ball when the prince takes Elise outside into the gardens, and these gardens have basically midnight, like they're moonlight flowers. They work in the moon, and they're like made of glass too. And it's cute, and he injures her a little bit by pulling too hard. And she's like, "I'm okay, I promise." And in her head, she's like, "I just
No.
enjoyed the contact. Thank you for touching me like a normal human being." But it's just they basically just share this really cute moment in the garden when you're like, "Oh my gosh, they like each other," and they're both like, "I can't like them. I just can't."
I was over here being like, hug her, hug the girl.
I
Give her a
know.
hug. I was like,
Instead of kiss the girl, it's hug the girl.
yeah.
Kiss the girl.
Hug the girl.
Hug the girl.
It's so cute. I love. Oh my god, my favorite scene though is the horseback riding scene. Oh my god, that was my favorite.
That's a good scene
It's
too.
the best
I don't
They
think.
get a horseback ride together.
Yeah, you haven't reached that one yet,
it's
have
so
you?
cute. And this is before her curse is broken too. So like the fact that he did this for her was so cute. I loved it. I loved it so much. I really want to talk about the epilogue, but like that's the epilogue.
Nope.
No.
Cool. Basically, they do the whole. Oh, you meet with then Wesley again, I think. Oh, basically they're in the hallways looking out at the portraits. That's when you officially meet Bae, the one who guided her through. And there's just like constant mention of Bae basically just being this warrior-looking guy.
He's like,
and everyone's like,
he's like for an advisor.
but he's just
like,
an advisor, and everyone's like, okay.
When you're a gym
Sure.
bro, when you're a gym bro who works an office job.
Yeah, basically.
So.
Then we meet Teddy.
I love.
So if you want to talk about Teddy now,
Teddy,
this is his
okay.
introduction.
I love Teddy as a character. I think his backstory is really sad, but also, you know, like the stories between him and Liam are so cute, and their friendship is amazing. I will say, Teddy being the silly goose that he is of like giving Elise really unnecessary hints,
bad hints.
really bad hints for the trials that like even the ancients were kind of like, okay, like, but also what did Aura do? Like, she took him with him. He comes back later just randomly and then disappears again, and I'm like, what mission is she taking him on? Is she like trying to make him less goofy? Like, what is happening?
Okay, we'll get to that, but he doesn't reappear at the end
He
of the
does in
book.
the epilogue.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he literally appears to see it. Oh my god.
No, that's Damien.
No, that's flippin' Teddy.
I don't think he does.
No, because Aura comes back to bless Elise's children. And he's there.
Her children? What are you on about?
In the epilogue.
I think you have a different version, Wolves.
What? Hold on.
Dude, the epilogue ends at their wedding.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on. 1 moment.
You have a bonus scene, I think. That's not...
Wow. Hold on. Okay, it says... It says epilogue. Hello?
I'm running out of time.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Give me a second. It says bonus bonus epilogue.
Bonus epilogue.
For blah,
Wait,
blah, blah.
Send that to me, because I want to read that. I haven't actually read that.
I'd have to take a picture of each of the book. But no, Teddy...
That's okay!
Wait, yeah, no, he does reappear for me in that
I believe he reappears in there, but he doesn't reappear at their wedding.
Well, anyways.
Basically, they go through a bunch of stuff, and then the first trial begins, and it's basically all of the girls go into the forest, and they have to split up into 2 teams, and then they face a trial of basically, there's a log, there's 4 of you, you have 17 minutes of this candle to make it across. You have to have the candle when you cross the way, but a total of, one took 10 minutes, one took 7, one took 2, one took 1 minute. How do you get everyone across in 17 minutes? And Elise is like, I have the math brains.
Guys,
I can do this.
Let's just say this now. I would fail that trial. My head could
I
not.
would fail so hard.
Yeah. Numbers,
it would have taken me so much longer than it did her.
Yeah.
But basically she's super smart, goes about and does this trial, and she's like, easy, this is what we do, and everyone was like, wow, at least you're so smart. And then at the very end of the trial, there's this really weird thing of, there's suddenly like, there's a dragon in the forest, and you're like, whoa, wait, dragons were extinct, they don't exist anymore. And there's this roar, they all get across, and they're all magicked out of there. You're like, okay.
Another
Maybe-
mysterious thing that happens.
maybe
is
that wasn't
Elise is
real.
injured, and Liam goes to comfort her, and all of a sudden she feels less injured for some reason. Huh.
That was a weird moment. I don't know what that moment actually means,
I
but I was
think
like,
I think it just meant
fairy tale magic.
It was hinting at her curse, like being like, "Hey, this guy complimented you because of your strength of mind." You know, like
Yeah.
if he kept going, maybe it would have broken. But
Yeah. So that happens. She goes back to her room to rest because she's injured. Because when isn't she injured? In that time, she also gets a note from the steward, which is Bae. Basically, she offered her help to help out with the kingdom and how they're suffering, because that's what she did back home to prove her strength to her family. And they're like, okay, sure. So not only is she now participating in this tournament, she's also helping this other kingdom out of basically the doom that they're spiraling into. They have another ball. Liam gets jealous when Elise is dancing with other people, but she's like, I have to find someone to break my curse, because she believes it isn't Liam, because he has to win the challenge. And for some reason, she's like, it can't be both. It can't be both. I will say this kind of annoys me, because her curse requires that someone love her for her strength. But, like, that doesn't necessarily mean a romantic love.
yeah, like
So I was like, why can't Liam do it? Even if he had to marry someone else and loved someone
he
else.
did do
he's
that. In fact,
Possibility.
he did kind of, in fact, do that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What's the second? The second trial, they go in
They have to answer
and
riddles.
each of the princesses split. No, they all go together and they go to this creepy house and they sit down and they all have a riddle. And it's basically like, you can figure it out yourself or you can ask for help. Both are good attributes in a queen. And so Elise basically sits there and helps everyone else out through her things and then looks at hers and she's like, I'm the fragile princess. Everyone expects me to be last, so that's just what I'm going to be.
I did not, honestly, her riddle was the most difficult and stupid.
Her riddle was hard.
Yeah, I was like, how do you figure this out?
I figured it out, like, as she was doing it the second time, but then again, I had already read it once.
I literally
it was hard. It was a hard one.
I reread it 5 times and I still didn't get it.
All of the other ones were relatively easy too. Like, I wasn't really like actually doing the riddles, but like in comparison, they were easier. Which is so much more fun. But she's so smart. So basically, she ends up helping and also doing it herself, kind of doing both queenly attributes, and she ends up on the top of the leaderboard by the end of this trial, and everyone's like, "What? Oh my gosh!" Wait, what is this?
More balls, more cute romances. Oh, the horseback riding scene.
Yeah, more balls, more cute. Right, and then we get to this horseback riding scene of basically Liam's like, "Hey, let's hang out." She's like, "Okay," and he leads her down outside, and Teddy is there with the horses. Doesn't say anything, but you know, Liam asked him not to, and he leaves the horses there, and basically Liam is like, "I know you can't horseback ride normally, and it hurts you." But I was talking to one of the other princesses, and they were talking about this contraption that they wore when they rode elephants. And I was thinking we could do the same thing for you. And so he rigs up this whole cushion seat thing on one of the horses that will basically protect her from being too injured. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I could just kiss you right now." I think she literally just does say that.
She does.
And so they just have a moment, and they're like, "Okay, yeah."
Yep.
And they kiss.
And it's cute.
And you're like, "Oh my gosh,
it's adorable.
so early in the book."
And it's great. Oh shoot, he got one of those for her? Aw.
It's such a sweet moment. And they're both like a little shy around each other, but they also kind of are somewhat expressing their...
Can I just say, for kiss scenes, that was quite a passionate kiss, I will say.
It was a good kiss scene.
It was a good kiss scene. I was like, oh my.
And so basically, Liam confesses to her, being like... Does he say he's in love with her then?
He says it on the night in the ball outside the balcony.
He says something similar that he's in love with-ish her. And she's like, "Oh my gosh." But like, they don't actually say it yet. But so then they get up on the horses and they go horseback riding. She's like, "I feel so free. This is incredible. He's doing everything that I could ever ask for. I finally feel like I'm connecting to people. I can do things that I've never been able to do." And it's such a beautiful moment. And then there's this weird moment also mixed in there of, because we have to touch on it, of Elise being like, I really didn't sleep well last night. There was just this lump in my mattress that was just awful. And you're like, okay, obviously that's the P. This is the Princess of the P retelling. She's fragile. She feels everything. But it gets a little confusing there. Because that happens, and then you learn later on that it also didn't happen. And we'll get to that in just a short moment. But that happens in there as well. Anything else before I go to the very ending that's just sweet?
I think we should speed this up because Madison does have to go soon.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Wait, Madison, you there?
Oh.
Madison? Oh, shoot. Have we been talking? You just haven't...
Madison just left. Oh, well. Madison has to go, guys.
Oh,
Apologize.
I didn't realize. Sorry, Madison.
It's okay. Sorry, Madison. We'll make you watch the rest of the stream before.
Mhm.
We'll go through the rest of this quickly so Madison's not missing out on too much. But
Indeed.
basically, we're going over to the night of the last ball, right before the final trial. And it's all sweet and all, and they're like, oh shoot, I'm in love with this person, but I can't be in love with this person, but you know what? Trash it. I'm in love with them. I can't do anything about it. And so Liam brings Elise out on the balcony, and she's like, I have something to tell you. He's like, so do I. Do you mind if I go first? She's like, okay. And he's like, I'm in love with you. I love everything about you, but I love you most for your strength, for your intelligence. And it's basically the few words that someone finally loved her, that she's strong, breaks her curse. And then this guy called Ancient Draken shows up. And he's just like, congrats, you broke the curse. And you're like, oh, wow, it was you who cursed me? And he's like, yep, I hope you learned your lesson. She's like, yeah, I guess it turned me into the person it is. But you're like, this is an oddly suspicious and well-going moment. Okay, sure, thanks. And it ends, and they're all happy and all. Then later that night, Elise is like, I can't go to sleep because I never told him that I loved him back. So she goes to his room, and she's like, does her whole big confession of like, I'm in love with you too, and it's not doesn't have anything to do with your titles, but I'm just in love with you. It's so cute. Both of their confessions are incredible. Just this entire night is just everything. And you're like, oh shoot, there's still more of the book. What are we doing now? And you're like, it's fine. It's just the tournament. She can now win this. She's not fragile anymore. Goes on to the next day. They go into the tournament. The last tournament thing is they all go in alone, and they walk to this tower. So they have to scale the tower, and as she's scaling this tower, you hear another lovely roar in the distance. And out of the woods comes a dragon.
Not just
and she's
any
staring
dragon,
there.
though.
She's just staring at this dragon, and all book people have been telling her eyes look like dragon eyes because they're gold. And there was a whole like sign of when the person with dragon eyes returned, the dragons would know it was safe to come back. And so suddenly this dragon just starts talking in her head, and she realizes this dragon is Bay, the advisor. She's like, whoa, 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 you're a dragon? You can shapeshift? And he's like, yes, and we've been waiting for you to know that it's safe to come back. And they have this lovely moment. She's like, okay, terrified, hanging onto the edge of this tower, just scared out of her mind, even though she knows who this is. And so he goes away, and she literally sprints up to the tower, and she's faced by the classic riddle of, one of these guards is telling the truth, one of them is lying, which door do you go through? If you choose the wrong one, you'll be set back, and you have to do the whole thing again. If you choose the right one, you finish the race, and you get out of the woods. And she does some smart thinking, asks the right question, gets through the right door, and ends up first out of the woods, all banged and bruised up, but just in a normal fashion because she's no longer cursed.
Yeah, let's go.
And so Liam's so happy, and he brings her over there, and then everyone's happy and all. Allura comes out second, and then it takes a little while for everyone else to come back out. And so they get there, and they're looking at the scores, and the scores are being tallied, and Allura ends up being the one who comes in first, with Elise just under her. Not quite sure how it happens that way, because it definitely says that Elise is in first at the end of the second one, and if she completed the third one
Yeah, no, that was weird.
first, by logic, she should be in first.
Even without the...
But anyway.
But, yeah.
Whatever. But anyway, basically, they're like, oh, shoot. But while all this is going on, Aura and Draken show up. They're like, ha ha ha. Draken's like, ha ha, you can't win this one. I know how this is gonna end. And Aura's like, no, you don't. And so she goes over to, what's his face, Liam. She's like, hey, there's this magic raven feather that you had. when you were a child, and it will grant you one wish. You've never used it. This is your moment to use it. The one trial that really counted was the fact that there was a pea under each of the princess's mattresses last night, and whoever felt it had showed sensitivity and would be a true princess. It was the only task that really mattered.
Princess, but whatever.
I wish that kind of all of the tasks mattered, but
Really
whatever.
Ask, honestly.
It's a weird plot. But he's like, but Leon's like, but her curse broke, and then you realize that's why Draken was so happy last night, because all of his plans worked out. Or it's like, use your feather and wish that the pea was under her bed 2 nights ago. So that weird moment earlier in the book when Elise was talking about how there was a lump, and you're like, that's obviously the pea, that ends up actually being the time shift that has happened at the end of the book. Which, that's just I gotta be real, I just gotta stop there. That was confusing.
Okay, can I?
To me.
Okay, I have a rant about that. The entire conversation between Aura and Draken, I literally, half the time I couldn't tell who was talking. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
It was really, like, back and forth, and I was like, why are we having this spat conversation now of Draken being just a whiny little emo ancient compared to Aura being like, he's just done with life? Like, why is this necessary?
I thought it was funny.
It was, but I was also like,
at the same time,
I was really confused because halfway through the conversation, Aura would be like, so Liam, that feather. And I was like, what is happening? And, like, Draken's made out to be this really, like, scary ancient that will, like, is, like, not really merciful and really, like, scary. And the fact that he's just standing there, like, you think you've won this one, Aura? And he's just, it looks like a comical, like cartoon villain.
I was honestly kind of cackling at it. I was like, this is so stupidly ridiculous. It's just, I felt like it was more of an input of lighthearted banter in a very serious moment.
And that's what made me take out of it. I was like, this is so, like, have this later, not now. Yeah,
definitely wasn't a needed moment. Because it was so intense, and you're like, ooh, what's gonna happen? But anyway. I just wanted to bring that up. It was just that moment of having to think back and be like, wait, so what I read before was actually the changed timeline? I was like, I don't like that. I didn't like that. I wish it had been normal, and then they went back and changed it, and then there was like a little like dream sequence of like, this is what would have happened in Elise, and she would have felt it. Or like, I didn't need to see that moment before, I feel like.
I didn't even really pick up on that moment. I didn't even pick up on the concept. I was just like, oh.
Really?
Yeah, no, I really just...
It was the whole, there's a lump in her mattress and her maid couldn't find it.
I know it's a Princess and the Pea retelling, but I was so taken out of the pea portion of this entire thing. Because,
that's so valid.
Like, she's a fragile princess, but, like, there's not much in the way of, like, multiple mattresses. It's, like, just... I don't know. I didn't...
Well, she has multiple mattresses at her...
I didn't, like, at home, but, like, here. I was like, it was just a bunch of pillows.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it was...
I don't know.
It definitely didn't play too much. I don't think any of them really play so heavily into their tales, but I think they pick such interesting portions of them to take out and then manipulate as they please. Yeah. And as we all know, I enjoy doing that. So maybe that's why I like it.
The pea retelling. Okay, the mattresses and the pillows and the fragile concept, love. Very good job. Chef's kiss. The whole pea thing being the last most important trial.
Yeah, I wish that was just like there had been the 4 trials and all of them had counted.
I wish that was rewritten differently. Like, what if like you needed to find the pea and like in a certain way?
But then her fragility wouldn't have played. Like I think it's cool how they played into it.
Like, what if they put the pea underneath a cushion seat on a chair and then she was looking for it? She sat down like, oh, where is it? And then she's like, wait.
Fair enough.
Like, I felt like that would have been a little bit better. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just felt like you could have done a little something different with that. But I did like the interesting feather concept, but I also felt like it was a little unnecessary. Anyways.
Yeah, no, it made sense in the moment, and it sounds really out of pocket when you're just randomly talking about it, but it felt, because it kept coming up throughout the book, so honestly, it felt in place, but...
This is the first book. Is this the author's first book that she ever wrote?
I don't know if it's the first ever book, but it is the first one of the series, and I do think they get better as they go.
Okay, so... regarding that, like, I can disregard some of the writing in it of being like a little inconsistent or a little too repetitive. There's some plot points that kind of don't make a little too much sense, but the character writing, the lore, and the world building are all 10 out of 10, and it is really well done, and I can overlook some of the other flaws.
Yeah, no, it's So great.
Also, let me talk about this bonus epilogue because apparently you don't have it.
Wait, can we talk about the actual epilogue first?
I forgot the
So,
actual epilogue.
The actual epilogue is basically right after Elise and Liam get married. Because with the final trial, Elise wins, and it's glorious and beautiful, and yeah. And so the epilogue is actually... Yeah. No. We learned Leslie's before. That's where we learned Damien's. But the epilogue is basically setting up for the future characters.
Right.
And so I think all of the epilogues do this. They kind of set up for what comes next in the stories, which I think is so fun.
It's like, don't go anywhere just yet.
Yeah, it's like don't worry, we're not losing these characters, but also there's more going on in this world than what we've just witnessed.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Want to talk about the bonus epilogue?
Yes,
I haven't heard of it.
Literally, let me just read the first sentence of the bonus epilogue.
You have to... Okay.
Real quick, because it is, like, so cute.
How long is it?
I'm not gonna read the entire epilogue. It's like...
No, but just, like, how long is it?
4, 5... It's, like, 5 pages long.
Oh, not too long.
No. She was beautiful, sitting there amongst the Arcadian pillows with her hair around her shoulders as she held her two precious babies in her arms. She took my breath away. And it's so cute!
That's so sweet!
They have twin sons.
Oh.
And, like, one of them has gold hair and the other
Beautiful.
has brown. It's so cute. And then,
so beautiful.
So basically, she's sitting there, like, kind of, like, happy but also worried because she's afraid that her children are going to be coming to get cursed still. You know, there's still that fear. No, they don't. Aura appears, and out of nowhere, Teddy is also there. And he's like, it was Teddy with his broad grin and disheveled hair. And it's like, and then he says, in the flesh, ancient Teddy at your service. And I'm like,
I know why Teddy's there.
and I was just like, where have you been, bro? What have you been doing? Like,
yeah, no, I do actually really want to read that though.
And then there's like the line of like, great, well, if I could continue with the blessing and gifting, Aura said, glaring at Teddy.
Yep, sounds about right.
I just love it. And then
it's just so
later,
so good.
Elise is like, I believe their sons' names are Frederick and Alexander.
Okay.
So that's their sons' names. And later they're like with Bay, learning about like the glass making from Bay, because surprise, guys,
that's
he was
amazing.
Yeah. And since they're toddlers, you know, they're just being, you know, playing around and stuff, and being children. And they just begin a game of chase. And, so Liam and Elise are talking, and Elise is like, so what do you think about another child?
Yes!
And Liam's like, oh my god, and hugs her, and it's so cute. And then he's like, please let it be a girl. Please. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Cute.
He's like, I just really would like
he
a
wants
daughter
to be
like
a girl
you.
dad.
Yeah. Like, he literally glances at his two sons, and he looks back, he's like, I really just want a daughter like you. It's so funny.
I love that.
It's so cute. And then the last line
so
of
cute.
this book is my all-time favorite. This is what really made me so happy. Is like, I leaned against Liam's chest, listening to the rumble of his voice as he told our sons the tales of curses, tournaments, dragons, ancients, and true love prevailing over all.
Aww.
And it's so cute!
That's so sweet!
And I whoever this person is, because in the bonus epilogue it says underneath it, like, for Camille, who begged me for more and I could not deny her. I'm guessing it's somebody the author's close to, and I'm just like, thank you, Camille.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you so much.
Because this is so cute.
Anyway.
Their children are, like, so accurate. It's so cute. Sorry. Anyways.
I love that. Is there any other things that you want to touch on? Because I think we've thoroughly expressed how much we like just the wholesomeness and cuteness that this book was.
It was
But any other last things that you want to say about it?
I love how the dragons are back. I love that very much.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that they literally could just polymorph into humans.
Yep.
Can we have a dragon romance, please? Anyways, sorry. But, like, it's just, I love how that Kingdom Ember is specifically the Kingdom of Glass and Dragon making a metalwork. That's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I love how each kingdom has a specialty. The world building is really amazing, and I truly am ecstatic to dive into this world some more in the future. Thank you, Moon, so much for introducing us to this book. It is my all-time favorite book out of all your picks.
Really?
I love it so much. It is a 10 out of 10 for
That's
me.
so exciting. A 10 out of 10!
I love it. I was obsessed.
Oh my gosh! I wasn't expecting you to get. I mean, I was too, but I wasn't expecting a 10 out of 10.
You now
I
that
am excited,
you know,
though.
you know what to target for me to be interested in.
Yeah, I do.
I
always know that, though.
I love fairy tales and like just
Fairy
kingdoms
tales
and,
and retellings of fairy tales
Yeah.
are so cool.
yeah, but this concept is so interesting. I love it.
It's such a cool concept. It's just the whole world is so interesting.
Oh right.
Anyway,
I guess with
what?
that, it's time to state what we're doing next, huh?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's my
Wolves,
turn.
can we get a drum roll, please?
All
I
right.
can't drum roll. My mic doesn't pick it up.
Next up is my book called Wolves and Roses: Fairy Tales of the Magicorum by, again, Christina Bauer. And I know I already did a Christina Bauer book, but we're doing it again. Because this is the only other fairy tale book I have.
Okay, do you want to give us a little hint of what's to come then? Like,
Alright, so...
what's the vibe we're going with here?
we
You don't
are-
have to, don't do plot, but like, give us something. Like how I
Well-
was like, there's a princess and a pea in mine. What's yours? What's your tag?
Mine is really difficult. I guess the best way to say it is Sleeping Beauty. Kind of. It is
Brilliant.
The main character's thing is based on Sleeping Beauty. However, this story does take place in the modern world, where this is not really a spoiler. The rundown is everybody has a fairy tale template they have to follow.
Mm-hmm.
So like somebody has a Cinderella template. That means like you have the basic like, you know, step family, you clean, you know,
Yeah.
that thing. It's definitely modified in certain ways, but like
Yeah, of course.
literally like Red Riding Hood is just they all are in a classroom setting. It's like that basically.
Okay, cool. I like it.
And we do have some fairy tale creatures as well. So it's like there's magic and, you know, there's fairies and etc., etc. So we have that. So it's it's definitely really interesting. It gets crazy here and there. And
When doesn't it?
it's really hilarious as well. If you've taken anything from Angel Bound, the hilarity is also 10 times funnier here
Okay.
with some of the character names, because some of the characters are named after their respective fairy tale or Disney fairy tale counterparts, with their names modified to be quite ridiculous. And I do find it
Okay,
quite
I'm
funny.
ready.
So
And when are we streaming this? Do we know yet?
we don't have a selected date yet, but we will let you guys know when
We can we have a general week, don't we?
I would
think
like
we
to say sometime in December, obviously. Probably like the
December.
No, September.
December.
September.
Oh my gosh.
September.
I
Oh my
do
God.
believe the end of September, maybe early October is when we're thinking. If you want updates on when the actual date will be,
I'm gonna say
Twitter
also,
is
maybe
the best
potentially,
place, and
like,
Discord.
the second to last week of September. Like I'm trying to aim for the middle of
Yeah,
September.
there's
but
somewhere around there.
somewhere around there.
The
We
end
will
of September
update.
range, maybe a little bit in October. Discord is a great place to check. Twitter is a great place to check. We do not have a community tab as of right now on our YouTube page, so
One
we
day.
can't
One day.
post updates there.
One
But I did start doing a few little shorts
Ooh,
to
I'm
kind of
excited to-
tease the videos. So we
excited.
might do a few of those hinting at the exact date and time that we have scheduled for the stream.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a spectacular night. And
I know,
can't
thank
wait
you
to
guys
see
so
next
much.
one. Maybe you'll see us in
Go
a
pick up
Changeling
books.
video next
Go read.
Yeah.
Come talk to us about what you're reading. We'd love to hear it.
Gush over the romances, the battle scenes,
Yeah.
the epic adventure, the mystery, whatever you wish.
Heck yes. Whatever you want to talk
And
about,
enjoy a
we're
nice
ready.
cup of tea as well while you're doing so.
Yes. Or another beverage if you don't like tea.
Well, that's it for
Like
the
me.
Tea Talk stream today. Thank you guys so much, and bye-bye!